I watched the Adam and Wack show.
Oh God, here we go. He's always got an opposite tee off on. How'd you feel about it?
Look at it.
Let's get into Stan business.
Hey, this what I want to know, right?
All right.
People, I could tell I bother people, right? Because he find a reason to bring up my name. Now he talking to Tania. He said I could tell you kind of blindsided,
Yeah,
right?
he was trying to clown me.
Damn, I told Tania, man, kick back because I don't want him coming after you. That's what I told her. So how was I manipulating her? He was manipulating blindsided, and then he y'all be talking about random shit. He just throw me. I'm like, damn, what I had to do with that? But it's okay. I understand. He's a little bothered.
I mean, I feel the same way about that as I feel about Snoopy Badass texting me 80 times saying that me and Munchie are using Tania to like get at him because that's his baby mama. I'm like, believe it or not, number one, Tania on the podcast, I didn't even think about, never mind ask Munchie about having her on the podcast. I just thought she would be an entertaining fifth host.
I didn't know she was gonna be there that first day.
I know. I didn't even ask you because I knew you were cool with her, and I was not like why the f would I care or be invested in any way in taking down Snoopy Badass? Taking him down from what? I'm not even sure, but for sure that is not something that I've ever invested any mental energy into. I don't care. I don't even put him in like the king pill category of somebody who I'm kind of like hating on from afar. Like he's just, I mean, Snoopy Badass, I like having him on the podcast once in a while if he's down, but I'm not out here running an anti-Snoopy campaign.
When people get into arguments with co-hosts or other people on the platform, sometimes they're going to attribute it just to everyone at No Jumper and be like,
nah, totally.
That's kind of the case with.
And I mean, the Wack, like, I don't even know why Wack, really, like, what his accusation is there. But I mean, yeah, this is crazy.
It seemed like when y'all was talking, I'm rambling, like, yeah, like Munchie, oh yeah, it was something with some. Oh yeah, Munchie been running that. I'm like, damn, this nigga storming. I'm like, what's up with this? I'm just on his mind, huh?
So he's got Tania on the phone, and he just wants to talk about the mayor.
I don't know, man. You should be trying to get some head.
So. Basically, for anybody who hasn't seen it, on the episode with me and Wack, we got into a huge argument. I interviewed a guy named Stan G from Memphis. Very entertaining character.
Can I ask you what made you interested into even interviewing him in the first place?
Yeah, Stan is
how did he get on your radar?
He's a Clubhouse user. He's a YouTuber. He's very funny, very entertaining.
Did you find out he was funny before or after? You got on camera?
I knew he was funny before. That's why I agreed to interview him. But then I got him lined up. We're about to have him on the podcast. Wack starts tapping in because Stan is talking about the fact that he's about to be on the podcast on his Instagram story. Wack hits me. Why are you interviewing Ops? Why are you having this dude on who doesn't get along with me or whatever? I guess the whole deal is that Wack used to be real cool with Stan back in the day on the Clubhouse streets. But then at some point they fell out. And it pisses off Wack that Stan speaks about the fact that he used to be cool with R&B, used to speak to R&B. Wack is furious about the fact that Stan was in any way allowed to come on this podcast and talk about R&B. So me and Wack probably had a half-hour argument. And then at a certain point, I agreed to remove the clips of Stan G talking about R&B, even though
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad. He didn't say he ever even met her in real life. He just said
they spoke.
They used to speak on Clubhouse, which there's nothing to do on Clubhouse besides speak to each other and I guess listen to each other.
Did you know that before you interviewed him that there was the R&B controversy?
I only knew about that because Wack freaked out on me for interviewing him in the first place. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known that there was any kind of connection at all. And the thing, I mean, I guess like fundamentally, I think I disagree with the idea of removing the conversation with Stan.
So why did you do it?
Because I guess I just like kind of back down to Wack because I feel like if you're a host on this podcast, if there are things that are like really important for you to not have discussed on the podcast within reason, I try to be empathetic about that, even if it is completely illogical. Because it really like doesn't make any sense. Like why is Wack allowed to sit on the podcast and talk about how Brick Baby's girl was random blood gang members, which was a total lie.
I was about to point this out, right?
Yeah, right. And then it's wrong for me to interview Stan G and for him to acknowledge that he spoke to your girlfriend on an app before you were even seeing her. Like there's such an insane disparity between these two things, and Wack is doing all this kind of shit. But I figured, you know what? I'm gonna let him get one. But then the next time that you try to make a ridiculous demand, I'm going to have to judge that differently. And I'm going to approach you talking about other hosts on No Jumper differently going forward as well, since you are apparently so fragile towards other people having conversations about you. I feel like Wack, by making me remove that content, not making, but so,
being very insistent
about it, that will ultimately possibly change the way that I approach dealing with him in the future. Because if he's that sensitive, then that creates reason enough for other people to be sensitive.
I just want to point out, Munchie had to go through it. I mean, Lush and them went through it. Mm-hmm. Brick Baby and them went through it. I think everybody that went through it is when something that bled their ears. You know what I'm saying?
We don't even know Ant's ops.
Suspect.
But Ant's so cool. He like cool, calm, collective though.
Think about all the suspects. Suspect,
because Frosty was up here, the little homie.
Blueface was up here. Hella people. So Fat Jack was up here. Hella people.
Multiple people you don't get along with.
And it's like, I mean, obviously there's plenty of people on this platform that don't get along with Wack. Munchie's on the podcast every week. He don't get along with Wack. Brick, sure.
It couldn't even be
tons of people.
But I don't care about Wack or what he say, bro. That was his words, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know, but I ain't interested in no motherfucking internet beefs. That shit, like,
me neither. That's why I ignore it. That's what I'm saying. So why him almost being nearly 50, the oldest person on his platform, he should be able to ignore it, right?
So any person that can come in and no jumper that can oppose me is just be a person that don't like me or a person that say he opposed the community I come from. But even then, I'm not going to say, hey, don't let him come up in here. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you don't want nobody in here, you know what I'm saying, speaking no lies, you feel me? If a motherfucker is going to come in here, like, speak facts, like, you feel me? But I don't be getting all into who you interview and not interview type.
No, for real. Adam, do you think that there's like a part of you that kind of like reflected back to the house phone incident at all? Like, you know, like I have a chance I could either air this or make sure this part's edited out, and you're like, based because of the reaction of that, it kind of makes you be like,
definitely brought back some of those feelings for sure.
I could imagine.
Hold on, house phone is the one that messed with the girl. What's her name?
Gracie Jane.
No,
you talking about from Ace Boys? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, him. That's not nothing the same. That's not a good comparison.
Well, I mean,
you're talking about another. Wait, what?
It is in the sense that not that's with her.
No, we never talked about
her. No. Okay,
house phone and Wack. That's not a good comparison.
Okay, the reason
house phone got more reason to be like no.
Right, but so house phone had the trans thing that got revealed on the podcast, and then we edited it out to the best of our abilities. We f***ed up a little bit. There was one mention of his name that got left in the podcast. In reality, we should have just clipped out, at the very least, clipped out the chunks where they were talking about him in general, whatever. Similar, though, in the sense that it's like there's a host, he wants something removed from the podcast, and yeah, we did so. In this case, we actually did something that would have spared us all of that house phone drama, realistically.
Yeah.
By just removing the whole clip, you know, like they bleeped the names out during the house phone thing. And the thing that I f***ed up with the house phone thing was that I just didn't pay enough attention to the scenario. I told them, just bleep the name or whatever. I didn't think about the fact that it would end up being so obvious who they were talking about. But for sure, that was on my mind. It was like, as much as Wack is the most antagonistic on the face of the planet, I also, if he's got, like, all you have to do is watch the episode of us arguing. If he's got something that drives him up the wall that he's that upset about, even though it makes no sense, because when you watch the thing, it's like, he's not saying he f***ed your girl. He's saying he spoke to her on an app. But the way Wack was acting about it was like, I've never seen a tantrum like that on this podcast. So ultimately, I ended up relenting. I feel like he might end up wishing that he had waited for a better fight to pick, though, because like what do you think is going to happen? Obviously, they're just going to go to Stan's YouTube content if they want to find out his version of events, right? And he's going to be way less kind on his own platform. You're supposed to act like you don't care.
Right. Poker face.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he might also be hearing it from her because she might be like, what the f- is this dude talking about? This, you know what I mean? And if your lady's saying that to you too, that's going to make you be like,
I think it's more so him than her.
I mean, he did mention that she was disappointed, which I also don't even know if she would really say that because it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, disappointed about what? Like that I would interview somebody that you used to talk to on Clubhouse and that you're acting like this is, you know, it's like if let's say they used to, which I have no reason to believe that, but let's say hypothetically that was the situation. I mean, what am I supposed to act like this dude doesn't exist just because hey, like, you know, it's crazy, like I don't know. It's just...
Yes sir, welcome to My Life Story 702. I go by Money Man. I want to say make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Keep turning up with the channel, man. Keep engaging, man. I really do appreciate it. I got more videos coming soon, so stay tuned in for that, and let's get to the video. Yes sir.